What's up guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Salty Sleggy, thanks for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to be checking in with our Mongolian devs, that is Bear Night Studios, that are in the process of developing Carnival Hunt. Now, if you remember from when we last spoke about Carnival Hunt, they were in the process of starting their Kickstarter. Now that Kickstarter is fully underway and they've already achieved over 50% of their goal. In fact, the company has already reached 89% of its original Kickstarter goal of 50k, with still 25 days remaining, which is fantastic. So if you want to go check out their page and get your pledge in, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go check that out. Pledges begin at the range of $25 all the way up to $5,000 for such perks such as taunts, beta access, cosmetic items, wallpapers, bunny skins, etc. Originally in my last video, I did question why this Kickstarter actually existed, considering they just secured themselves a publishing deal, but they've clarified this in their Kickstarter video, which I'll get into, which we saw loads of new footage. And I'm telling you now, if this is for real, if this looks like this when the game is finished, oh my god guys, like I said it when I saw it and I believe it still, that this is something special here, especially for the asymmetrical scene. We see a lot of asymmetrical games come in and wither and then die because one, the loop is just not strong enough and the play base becomes bored and just loses interest, or two, the developers actually cater the game more to the survivor than the killer side, in this case the bunny side, than the monster side. I understand balancing is not easy in an asim game. It is never going to be kind of equal to a degree, and I also understand that without victims or bunnies, survivors, whatever you want to call them, you don't have a player base. But you also end up ostracizing your killer play base because they feel like the odds are stacked against them no matter what they do, because for a lot of asim players these games become very competitive. Once everybody knows all the mechanics, all the perks, all the ways to exploit things, coupled with map knowledge, those lobbies get very sweaty and it kind of sucks all the fun out of it, you know? And obviously I don't want to put any more pressure on the devs, but you need to know this. You need to know that this is going to be an uphill battle just to get that, you know, good enough balance. All you need to know is that killers just need that chance, just a chance. That's all they need, and I just wanted to get that off my chest. Now let's talk about the actual Kickstarter video itself. In the Kickstarter video we got a lot of brand new information in regards to how the match will actually play out, as well as other mechanics within the game. For the bunnies, your objective is simple. You need to get from the bottom floor to the top floor to escape the circus and the Carnival Monster via the escape coaster. Now each floor is not accessible via foot, so when you wake up you need to loot dead bunnies in order to get keys, as well as other items such as toolboxes, skill gears, and a currency known as candy. We'll talk about that later. Now they do state in the video that all the characters are wind up dolls except for one. I don't know which one they're referring to. So remember, you need charge in order to stay alive, and if a bunny receives an excess charge from another player, then that player will receive a buff. So if you say wind up your friend, then your friend will receive that buff. That's how I'm understanding it from the way it's being phrased. Then you'll have to activate the overhead conveyor in order to get to the next floor, is what I'm guessing, and each floor will have tools at the bunny's disposal. One will help you progress to the next area and the other one is used as mobility. Other bunnies that have already progressed to higher floors can also open up shortcuts for the bunnies below. And if you got some skill, you'll be also able to juke the magician because he's tall compared to you, that's small and nimble. Don't forget you can also play dead as always, and if you run out of charge, your friend can actually revive you via key. Now in the case of this video, we only actually saw the magician monster and some of the abilities that we've previously talked about in the videos. Being a trickster, he can teleport from place to place. He has this rabbit in the hat ability where he can actually just pull the bunny through the hat, which I think looks incredible. He can throw dead bunnies at the other bunnies, knocking them out. He can throw from up high to knock you down, keep you down below, break your balloons as you're trying to get up, stop you at the conveyor, and he can possibly kill you in the late game. All these look super cool. Oh, and you remember that imposter bunny that we saw in the trailer? Well, it is an imposter. It sits in the dead bodies and is used as a trap for the magician, or any monster, I believe, tackling the bunny to the ground. Now, do you remember that currency I was talking about, candy, that's in the game? Well, that candy will be used at a vendor that is actually roaming the level called Jack, and it reminds me of Jack in the Box. So any empty tool cans that you find to acquire more tools or new skill gears can only be used at Jack's vendor station. So you'll give him candy, and depending on how much candy you give him, plus you'll have to use a key in order to activate his vending machine. You'll be able to upgrade your skill gears, and you'll also be able to get utility, such as what we see in the video, which is a spring, basically a trampoline. The devs also want some progression for the players, so they have a gear system, so players can try out different builds. There are 3 types of gears: active gears, passive gears, which you can try out in the lobby for different combinations, as well as skill gears, which can only be acquired in game. So they want players to play around with the gear system because these gears can synergize very well with each other. We only got to look at a few little perks. It's like 13% increased chance of finding a skill gear and 12% faster at charging other players. So I'm going to look forward to seeing the perk system and trying to synergize my build the best I can for my type of playstyle. They also want to implement a rewarding progressive system as well as a ranked mode for you sweaties out there. So even though I'm always a little bit concerned when it comes to balancing within asim games, they do have these player mindsets in mind for the competitive as well as the casual. And we also got a brief look at one of the new monsters. Again, looking cool as ever. Scary, that's what I like. It needs to be dark, scary, sinister. Just loving the vibe. It's oozing this Elizabethan, dark, sinister tone. Love it. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the clown or the disgruntled mother, but I can wait for that. And the reason behind the Kickstarter in general is not to just expand the game and its content, but to expand its team and bring in more talent so they can achieve more within the game and keep continuing to bring fresh updates and fresh new content for players to enjoy. I believe the closed beta will be at some point at the end of this year and then releasing next year. It will also be coming to consoles providing it meets its stretch goals and will also enable cross-play. That's brilliant to hear. Need to get it into as many people's hands as possible. Like I say, I think it's something special. It's very unique. I love the fact of how unique it is. And with that said, I think that's all the updates available right now for Carnival Hunt. If there was something I missed, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Firstly, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit a like. It really helps out the channel. I wouldn't say it otherwise, as we try and get fresh eyes on the channel and head towards those subscriber milestones. If you didn't like it, I'm sorry to disappoint. Subscribe for more upcoming games. You'll find other games on my channel if you want to check those out. You'll find social links down below if you want to support me in that space. You'll also find live streams at the live tab if you check it out on the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell, and as always, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.